I'd like to take you to the great King David in the Old Testament. David was a great king of Israel, a man who stood before Goliath, a man who was praised by the ladies of Israel that Saul killed 1,000 but David killed 10,000. Such a king who was highly anointed by God to save Israel and to rule Israel. Let's go to the Bible. First Samuel chapter 26 verse 25. Then Saul said to David, Blessed be thou, my son David. Thou shalt both do great things and also shall still prevail. So David went on his way and Saul returned to his place. Saul blessed David two things. He said that David, you are going to do great things. Not only that, you shall still prevail. With this blessing, they both got separated. But now here we see suddenly David, an anointed king, running from Saul's to the same Philistines where once he stood against, knowing Philistines are against God of Israel. And David, as he goes, the Philistines, Acacia, gave him a nice, beautiful land which is called Ziklag, which is today known as Gath. So David goes there, and David is very comfortable. He makes some wars, and finally, David was called when Philistines were gathered together to go for a war against Israel. And David willingly goes. Well, here there's a lesson. Did David do wrong or did David do right? Definitely, David lost faith in God. David did something very against God. David had to pay a great price for what he did. As David had gone, Ziklag was captured by Amalekites. All his wife and children were taken captive. When David comes back, if you go to verse 4 in chapter 30, then David and the people that were with him lifted up their voice and wept until they had no more power to weep. They looked unto God. They realized we went away from the mighty God. We went from powerful God. We went from a God who would have saved us. And they looked up and they wept as they literally repented before God. My dear people of God, if you are a Christian, if you are born again, you may be anointed. You may be saying, I'm strong, I'm very powerful. I pray, I read the word. Here is a man, David, who got scared and goes to the Philistines. So thank God, God was merciful and God was gracious. David came back. The repentance brings great blessings. I believe this message has been definitely a blessing to each one of us who are hearing and going to hear.